Happy 9 o'clock, everybody. How's everybody doing? Let me say hello in the chat. I think we got four viewers watching right now. I had to skip last week because of the road. I don't know how that's going to affect this summer moving on doing this. I hope I can continue to do it and maybe just do it from hotel rooms like I did the one time. But let me see. Brandy's there. Hello, Carolyn, Beth Ann. How you guys doing? I don't even have a concept. I'm unprepared. Normally I get home Tuesday, or normally you get home Sunday from the road, but we had a Sunday gig, so I got home Monday, and I'm completely unprepared. What's up, Jessica? So, what are we going to talk about this week? I don't have a whole lot of updates on any of the strange stuff that I usually talk about. What's up, Fred? How you doing, buddy? Fred, where are you at these days? You know, we played in Biloxi this weekend, man. And Julie, how are you? Julie Grant, why did we not see you at all this weekend, or did we? And I wasn't around. You know, um, I, I want to say that we hadn't been in Biloxi in Mississippi area in a long time, and I did, Jessica, and you know, we lost so many people last year. Front row. Oh, Sean, what's up? We lost so many people last year. You guys know I wrote that song. You're the one, or Your Last One. And I saw some friends I hadn't seen. Three different friends I saw this weekend had, had since the last time I saw them, have gotten cancer, Parkinson's, different things, and it just reminds me. There's just don't waste your time. Hug the people you love, man. Hug them. And my light is bright. My eyes look weird. Hug them and tell them you love them, and quit your fucking job if you hate it. it's I think about it all the time, and I think about how we all went wrong in this world. This can't be how it was supposed to be. I'm not saying don't work, don't have a job, and don't be part of society, but this Sean, I imagine you could chime in, right? Hey Terry Lynn, how are you doing? Uh, do any of you guys ever think that truly this just isn't how it was supposed to be? Like like again, I understand there's workforce. I understand that people have to do things. I understand that, but doesn't it just seem like it's all just gotten away from all of us? Like, what is the quality of life to just constantly work? And you know, I was talking to Brett today just about the fans and some of the stuff financially. We're doing this gig in Mexico with Def Leppard, and lost my mom 2 weeks ago. Jeanette, I'm so sorry. Hey, Leanne. Um, we're doing this thing in Mexico with Motley Crue and Def Leppard and Buck Cherry, and a bunch of my friends want to go, and I just I checked out the prices, man, and it's like $8,000 a room for those 3 days, or $7,000 a room, and they're only selling 3,000 tickets. And I understand there's some diehard fans that want to see all those bands playing up against the Riviera Maya is crazy and worth it. But like I do pretty good, and I couldn't afford to do that. Like, who is it that can afford to? I guess the people, do we just run our credit cards up? I have a bad problem doing that myself all the time, but man, like just today, I think we're gonna see the. I'm tired of the struggle. That's it, Terry. I'm tired of the struggle. It shouldn't be that way, right? It shouldn't. Um, but what do you do? What do you do about it? And it's expensive to live in other places. Like, my kid Jacob wants to live in the Netherlands, and that's exciting to me. But when you look at it, the taxes are crazy there. It's expensive. There just has to be a different way. Just life in general. I think that the tariffs are about to hit strong, and a bunch of prices are going to go up. I know that that drone that I've been flying that I show my footage of, which I want to bring up in a second. The drone that I've been flying, the batteries, since I got it, the batteries were $30, and I've been saying for almost a year, I got to get a couple more batteries, $30, and I never do. And then because you take it for granted, right? And then I saw on a chat group the Neo batteries doubled in price this weekend, just overnight. And I thought, man, that can't be true. Doubled in price. So I went on the website, and sure is they're $60 overnight. Not an increase, not like a small increase, nothing like that. Just $60 overnight. So I ordered one. I found one at Best Buy that they must have had, but still put it up to 49. So someone did that, but I just it happened overnight is my point. Obviously, that is the DJI stuff is Chinese made, and I think we're going to see that. I think that I mean, DJI is a huge company, a huge seller to American stuff, and there it went. So it's affected me now instantly. I still haven't seen a price increase in the candle shop stuff, which is I look every day. Every day I wake up and check that wax in complete fear, and so far the wax hasn't gone up. But I saw a friend of mine's post this morning, and maybe some of you guys can tell me if you don't know, if because I'm unaware. I was unaware. The last 3 weeks I've been so busy with the music stuff. I was so unaware that that our ports are empty, and you can track all the ships, and all the ships are still that bring us all our stuff from China. They're all just sitting there, so the stuff's not even on the way. So shelves are about to start to get empty. Is that what you guys are seeing or hearing? Lisa, it's man, to Lisa and Brandy and Jeanette. Were all three of you at the Emerald Queen the last time that we played with Brett? And I know that I always talk to Lisa and Brandy when I'm out in the Northwest about the Emerald Queen. So I'm sure you've all seen the announcements. We're coming back there. It's exciting to me. Like it's been a lot of years since we played the Emerald Queen. So we got some super cool dates on the books just popping up everywhere. Yeah, so I'm scatterbrained today, and I have a lot of different things to talk about. But if it's your first time in, please do me the favor, subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, make any comments, say all kinds of stuff, and help grow the page. So did any of you guys see the video I posted of my drone where I have it right next to that dove on the light post? Did any of you guys see this? It's interesting to me is I thought it was so cool. So I was flying the drone around, and I got a new controller for it that makes it do a bunch of things. And I didn't know the bird was up there. Hey, Carolyn. I didn't know the bird was up there. So in actuality, when I saw the bird, I stopped the camera, or I stopped the drone and just waited there for the bird to fly away because I didn't want the bird to be afraid. I didn't know what to do anyway. So, but I thought it was a cool shot. So I posted it on a Neo group, like a chat group for the drone, and I got beat up. Don't harass birds. As like, first of all, how do you harass a bird? Birds don't sit still. It was amazing that thing was just sitting there, and I don't feel like I harassed it. But I'm asking you guys, did I harass that bird? Like I literally sat there till it flew away. I made the post that it was a standoff, but I did consider the bird's thought. especially since I watch the Eagles all the time. Great picture with me and Brett. Yeah, Brett's put a lot of pictures of me on him with the Facebook lately. We've had a lot of fun and done a lot of few things, or done a bunch of cool stuff in the last couple of weeks. Man, but I had fun in Biloxi. I miss Biloxi. And then, so it's funny, but the whole world's expensive, right? This is where I'm at today, is that the world is expensive. Hey, Misty, how are you? The Biloxi used to be super, super cheap to live in, and I never really thought much about it. But I think I've told you guys before. I'm looking to get out of here, out of Virginia. The kids are grown, and I've always wanted to be somewhere else. And I love the Gulf of Mexico. Randy, what are you doing, buddy? It's Randy's thing, but Rhonda's on. How you guys doing? And what is my point? Oh, so I randomly, a lot of times when I'm in certain towns, I pull up Zillow or something and just look at the price of homes in any area that I'm at. And I remember 20 years ago, I would do this. That's how long I've been looking at the prices of homes and stuff like that. And I remember everywhere in the country for the longest time, Washington, D.C., Chicago, New York, and L.A., and Miami are the 5 most expensive places to live in the whole country by far more than anywhere else in the country. I remember looking at houses in Iowa and Indiana, and I had at that time I had a little townhome that was $400,000, and a friend of mine in Iowa had a house with a yard and a nice house and new house and with a yard and everything, and they'd paid $109,000 for it. And I remember I went to see it. I had to see it with my own eyes to understand, and it blew my fucking mind. And now everywhere I look, everywhere is just as expensive as here. I don't know where's really what I would say cheaper and expensive. Not that I need to live cheaper and expensive, but I also don't need. A lot of people are tied to where they work, and I can do all the things I do, I can do from anywhere other than having to be by an airport, which is the real sucky thing for me, because a house that for over 20 years, there's a house in the Outer Banks that I've been looking to buy. Everybody knows I love the Outer Banks. And it went up for sale again, and it was the right price, and they've done some improvements to it. And I don't know if any of you guys know about the Outer Banks, North Carolina, but it's a barrier reef island type of thing. And when you get to a certain part of it, if you go across the bridge and you go on the island, if you go all the way north, you hit a section of the beach that you can only travel on in 4-wheel drive. Only 4-wheel drive. And it goes all the way to the Virginia state line. I think it's something like 13 miles. But you can't, there's no roads, and then the Virginia state line, there's a wall up like it's Mexico or something like that. And so when you hit the end of this road, you hit the end of the road. And this house is the last house all the way down there at the Virginia state line. And it is, I think most of you guys know, I crave, like I've looked at houses on tops of mountains recently, and I crave the silence and the separation, and almost feeling like I'm off grid, but I don't need to be that far away from anyone, but I do want to be far away, and or just a little bit out of touch. Anyway, the house is for sale. It's the right price. Everything's right for me to do this. And, I don't know if you guys, for 20 some years, I was, in this mode of just fantasy, right? And if you drive on a 4-wheel drive beach, you have to let the air out of your tires. You have to, or you will, okay. Sean, you say it's okay. I think you love it, probably. I think you're being a little sarcastic, right? So you have to let the air out of your tires. There's no way around it. I I had a big Nissan Titan for a lot of years, super high. You couldn't. It was raised up high, and you would still get stuck in the sand if you didn't let the air out of your tires. It's embarrassing because you think it's not true. Anyway, Roanoke Island. I hear you, Rick, but you got to take a ferry to Roanoke Island. That's or no? Are you talking about over by Manio? I'm having a personal conversation with Rick. Anyway, so it's 13 miles till you get to the road, and I just all of a sudden, as a 52-year-old adult who's dreamed of this for over half his life, wanting this particular house and wanting this life, it occurred to me that every single day, if I leave that house, I have to let the air out of my tires and then put the air back in. When I get, like, if I have to go to the shopping or go to the store or do anything, and then it just sounded exhausting because I love to take the air out of my tires. I have these gadgets that I don't know if you've ever seen. If you guys, any of you guys are into the four-wheel and stuff, I have these little gadgets that you put on your tire that takes exact amount of air out of your tire so that you don't overdo it or whatever. You can set it. It's awesome. But I just thought, here's this point in my life where I can buy this house right now. And my kids, Gavin has a four-wheel drive, but Jacob has a Mustang. And so even if they drove the 4.5 hours to visit me in the Outer Banks, that's exhausting to ask them to do that. And then the other problem is that any airport's 3 hours away from the Outer Banks. So, like, the house is available, it's the right price, and it just doesn't make sense for me to get it right now. I would literally have to quit the band and just do acoustic beach bar gigs for the rest of my life. But one day that's coming. One day that will be my life, just not now. So, what else do I have to say today? Everybody's asking me about the new Sammy Hagar song. Has anybody heard the new Sammy Hagar song? Waiting. I'm just going to stare at the screen until anyone answers if they've heard the new Sammy Hagar song. 21 viewers and 7 likes while you're answering me about the Hagar song. Hit that like button. Let's make that even. Get that algorithm up. No. So, this is one of those things that gets weird because, especially when I'm talking to you guys. Look at it. No. Nobody's heard it. That shows you how well it's doing, right? You know, I don't know how many of you guys know, but Sammy claims to have had the same experiences that I claim to have. And Sammy says some whacked out spiritual shit, and I believe he's on that plane. If you do enough research with him, you believe it. Or you believe he believes it, just like all I ask you guys to do is believe that I believe it. And you guys know how much I love Sammy, man. I love him. He can do no wrong. But if you do the research, he claims that Edward Van Halen has come to him in a dream to write this song with him. And I want to believe it. He says Ed played the riff to the song, his dream. Maybe true. The unfortunate thing is the song doesn't sound anything like a Van Halen song. Satriani does this tapping lick at the beginning of the song that's supposed to sound like Eddie. It doesn't sound like anything Eddie would do at all. It sounds like Joe Satriani. And the song sounds like a Sammy Hagar song. 100% like a Hagar song. It doesn't sound like a Van Halen song at all. So I think what would bum me out is after last year's success of the Best of Both Worlds and really marketing the Van Halen thing in his life, I would hate to find out he's cashing in on Ed. It would break my heart. But if you watch the video, he even has an actor that looks like Ed in 1984, which is weird to me because Sammy joined in 86, and I wish that he would have at least had this guy look like... You only see the back of this guy with a Van Halen guitar strapped across his back, but he has that white tank top, blue jeans, looks like Ed in the Hot for Teacher and the Panama and Jump video. The same haircut and all that stuff. And it bummed me out to watch it. I don't know why he did that or had to do that. And it's interesting that that happens after, if you guys keep up in the Van Halen world, Alex has finally agreed to go into the vaults and release some of the Van Halen music that we've never heard. So is Sam trying to compete or counteract that? I don't know. The song's good. It's a Sammy Hagar song, and Sammy's voice is great, and Michael Anthony's killing it in it, and song's great. It just feels a little P.T. Barnum for me, a little Showtime. I don't know. You guys check it out and decide for yourself. I believe that Sammy had a dream and Eddie was in the dream. I've had a dream with Eddie in the dream. Anyone that guy touched your life has probably dreamed something. So I believe he had a dream. I just don't believe that in the dream Ed said, "Hey, check this riff out." Maybe. I'm not going to doubt him. It seems weird to me, and it is what it is. So this water bottle is the water stays so cold in it. I can't stand it. Like I drink like 4 of these a day now, and I'm not a water drinker, but I love water when it's super, super cold. And so I don't mean to be just drinking in front of you guys. So that's what I have to say about Sammy Hagar. There's a guy, just on the UFO topic while we're talking about it. I think I told you guys to check out that vetted site, or you can go to Jesse, the guy Jesse I told you guys about. And there's some interesting new stuff that's come out today, or in the last couple of days, where a soldier that was part of the Roswell thing on his deathbed started saying things that he was sworn to secrecy about. And I think I told you guys before, the Roswell thing is hard for me to believe. It doesn't coincide with my world and the things I think. Whitley believes the Roswell thing happened, and he tried to explain to me how it all works and ties in. To me, it was just a little sci-fi and a little silly, but there's a lot of people that claim to know a lot about it, and so this guy was on his deathbed and started confessing a bunch of stuff, including that he had touched the UFO material, and I think that he'd seen an alien. I'm going to watch some more of it when we're done tonight, but when something like that happens, I think you got to believe it, right? Like, what does that guy... That's powerful stuff to me, I think, when you're on your deathbed and you feel like you have to confess, right? Is that what that is, that kind of stuff? So that might be some groundbreaking shit. I'm going to go watch it shortly and see. It's dying to know. So I think it's going to happen more. Right, Brandy? Well, we're going to get to that point where these soldiers and these people that know this stuff are... I've lived a part of my life where I've kept some secrets. It physically weighs on you when you feel like you might actually be hurting someone with your secret. Weighs on you. And this is national security, and this is world-changing stuff, and this is something so powerful that you're afraid for your own life. I think that, even not just UFO stuff, but I think we're going to see a lot of crazy stuff as we get to that age where the some of the soldiers and veterans and stuff are passing away. I mean, we have a lot of it now, but yeah, I think we'll see a bunch of that. I don't know what else. I keep looking at my door because I feel like it's open, but it's not. But you know, I don't. For any of the Star Wars fans, I don't know if you. I don't know if you guys, because I don't think Dave Doesn't not in here. I haven't seen him say a word yet. But if you're a Star Wars fan and start watching the new season of Andor, man, it is. Whoever's writing that stuff, I don't understand why they don't let those people write the rest of the stuff that everyone dislikes. But if you're a Star Wars fan and haven't watched Andor yet, it's fucking incredible. And do you guys watch The Last of Us? If you guys watch The Last of Us, I know it's about a video game, but what an incredibly well written piece of television with incredible acting and last week was big, intense. They killed Joel, and wow, it was emotional. God, I wish I could direct and tell stories like that one day. I want to write fiction so bad, and I have a couple stories in mind, but it seems like such a task. I'd have to get someone to help me, and I don't like, I don't like a lot of help with a lot of different things, but whereas Lisa, I have a plot to possibly leave someone you and me don't love tangled in the coral in Mexico. I can't say too much yet, but I had a discussion about how much trouble I get in if I do bad things to my enemy in another country. So just let you know, whether I actually do anything or not, it is on my mind. I'd hate to let you down and have you not think that I'm not plotting an evil demise for Mr. Big Asshole. Yeah. Do it. I'd read it. Thank you, Jessica. I had something else to say. And I can't. I'm so unprepared today. I might cut it short this week if you guys don't mind, just because I don't know. Randy, are you going to Vegas to see Hagar? That's the only place to go. Me and Brett were talking to him about doing some Party Girl shows, and he was very firm he didn't want to do anything but his Vegas thing. So, hey Tressa, how are you? It's nice for you to join us. Hit the like button if you hadn't already. Sean, I want to ask everyone else what they're up to. Sean, how you doing, buddy? Are you down there and the weather's warm and everything's good in your off-grid life? Randy, weren't you just in Arizona? Are you moving out west? Oh, yeah, Julie. Yeah, it was awful to watch that episode where they fucking killed him. It was a brutal thing, and the emotions with the kids. Acting's a weird thing, right? I don't know, and he might even be watching this, and if he's watching it, I'm sorry that I tell this story sometimes. I wrote about this in my book, I think my last book. But it has to do with acting, is why I'm bringing it up. Is me and Chuck used to work at a deli called the Deli Depot here in Manassas, and the singer, much older than us, he was in a Christian band called Armageddon. They were fucking great. And he looked like Sammy Hagar, and he sang his fucking ass off. But he's older than us, in his 30s, while we were teenagers. And he knew we were struggling to find singers. So he filled in for us because we had a lot of cool gigs. We always got the gigs, and we just didn't have any. it was hard to find good singers. So he filled in for us, and it was always a little awkward because he was so much older than us. But he really helped us be a better band. He brought way more good to the table than he ever brought bad. And he was running his own business, the Deli Depot. And now I know. now I understand it a little bit different because it's so brutal to run small business. It's really ridiculous, to be honest with you. If for those of you guys that don't know. Anyway, one day I was still in high school, and I got up for school, and my mom goes, "Pete, come here. Morning news. Isn't that your singer?" And there was his, what do you call it when they draw it? It was a sketch, a criminal sketch, or anyway, it was him. It was unfucking deniable that it was him. And he had been arrested that morning for robbing 3 banks in the area. Armed robbery. Which, again, man, the perspective of it, looking back, if he actually did this, I imagine there was a level of desperation. He was struggling in the music business. He was trying to run his own business. I think maybe his girlfriend wife might have gotten pregnant. I don't know. I mean, I've been through all that stuff with zero money too, and never robbed a bank, but maybe I would have robbed a bank if I didn't know this story. But I have a little bit of compassion for the desperation because I believe he's a good Christian. I believe he believes in all these things. I think he still says he didn't do it, but it's kind of, he did the time, he went to prison. But my point to this story, and he talks to me on Facebook all the time now, but my point to this is he would do part-time work at the Quantico Marine Base as an actor when they train the FBI agents. In Quantico, there's an entire fake town where they set up bank robberies and all this different stuff, and they act the entire thing out to train their officers what to do. And he had learned how to rob a fucking bank from acting at this place. That's a fact. That's not whether he robbed these banks or not. He did that, and he learned that skill. And I have a couple other friends that have worked up there and learned these kind of things, and it's kind of crazy. But how powerful is that to have learned that? But it goes back to what I was talking about with actors, man. Like, I can't act, and it's so. When you're watching TV and you see somebody sell something like that, like Joel getting killed in The Last of Us, and the way the girl freaks out, there was a couple times on Rock of Love and Life as I Know It where the scenes are kind of scripted, and I ruined them. Because I couldn't fucking act. There's one scene in Rock of Love Season 3 at Sturgis. And at the end of it, there was a lot of technical difficulties. And in that episode, Brett kicked Chuck's drums over. He was so mad because we were filming for TV, and I think the Full Throttle was filming for their TV show, if any of you guys ever watched it. And there were so many cameras and so many wirelesses that our wireless instruments were fucking up, and I'd never seen Brett get so mad. You see it in the Life as I Know It video. He just wrecks Chuck's drums, and they were supposed to film this scene on the bus where me and Brett are kind of arguing about what went wrong, because they always want drama. And Brett's not a great actor either, which is what made Rock of Love so great. Is he couldn't fake it like Flavor Flav. He was 100% genuine in the whole thing. And so Um, so I have an appreciation for acting. I don't ever want to do it, but I've had to try it a couple times, and it's even in videos and stuff. It's so again. My point is just on film, watching these people do that. I have a couple friends that are local actors and actresses, or however you say it, and then you get a little paranoid because if they're that good at it, maybe they can manipulate you. Maybe they're acting. That's a whole other thing. Getting paranoid and freaking out about that. So I don't know where I'm going with that. I have an appreciation for acting and actors, and that last episode, the second episode of The Last of Us, was probably some of the best acting I've ever seen. Just one look, and I can tell he's mad. Who? Who, Beth Ann? So, Randy, why are you going back? Why were you out west and now you're going back? Hey, Lori, how are you doing? Well, you don't ever have to say sorry. I appreciate anyone stepping in. We don't have much of a conversation going on. I keep saying a couple things here and there, and nothing is super interesting. I don't think I'm grabbing the interest of anyone tonight very well. But oh, Brett, nope, Brett can't fake it. You know when he's mad. that is for sure. So, what else do we have to talk about today? I know that Thursday, I get to play with Steve Brown from Trickster at the M3 pre-party. And so the last couple of days, I've been working on learning these Trickster songs. And I don't know if you guys are Trickster fans or not, but played my buddy's memory guest call. Oh, I gotcha. But it's a lot of fun. Steve Brown is one of the best living guitar players. Everyone uses the word underrated crazily. I don't know he's underrated. Everyone I talk to knows he's great. He's an incredible guitar player. But I'm learning these songs, and they wrote those songs when they were kids. I don't know if you guys know, Trickster were teenagers when they wrote those first two records, and they're complicated songs and they're interesting songs, I saw Steve play when they first broke big, and I admired them because they were young, and we've been such good friends ever since. But to get to sit on stage and play a gig with him, I get to do some really cool stuff, But this is one of the cooler things because I look up to him as a player so much. So I don't know if anyone's going to be at the Thursday M3 pre-party, but we're going to have a lot of fun. Randy, I don't think you guys are going to make it, right? You have to go to the other pre-party. Misty. Oh, Misty, thank you so much. It's going to be a good time doing Chad and me and Dean singing Manassas, So, yeah, so I don't, guys, I usually try to stay for an hour, but it's been about 40 minutes. And like I said, I came completely unprepared. I feel like I let everybody down a good bit. I just don't know. I didn't do enough research on what we could yap about and talk about. I didn't make any of my notes. So I might cut it short unless someone comes up with some crazy topic that we can dive into for a few more minutes, I do next Tuesday is, I think, the process for my first hypnosis. So that's cool. Come back to Pittsburgh. We are going to come back to Pittsburgh. It's funny. I wrote a lyric one time, a song about 30 years ago when I first started touring. And I've never finished the song, and I hope to finish it this year and put it out. It's funny how you can have lyrics sit around for so long, but the lyric was something like, the stop signs and street lights have been the tour guides to my life, and this life's been a long ride, but I've seen all the sights, and sometimes my night is just, and sometimes my life is just a straight line between two nights, and sometimes where I'm going is just me coming back again. And it was the closest thing to a David Lee Roth lyric I'd ever written. I almost felt like I channeled David Lee Roth, but that one line I think about so often. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm not being overly proud, but sometimes where I'm going is just me coming back again. It's such fitting for what we do in our world. Whether it's me coming home, I'm leaving, I'm going back. I might come back to Pittsburgh again. I'm always on the way back to Pittsburgh. I'm on the way out to the Midwest. I'm on the way to this place, to that place. And I always thought that lyric was super powerful. Sometimes where I'm going is just me coming back again. So, yeah, Jessica, I'm always coming back to Pittsburgh. I'm always coming back to Iowa, right? I'm always coming back everywhere. Always coming back to Maryland. So, that's my deep thought lyric this week, So, I guess that's it for this week. I will always be more prepared. It was hard for me to come home Monday. I missed last week, and I felt like I had to get on and do something. And thank you guys for again helping me build. It's just if you've never been in, please hit the subscribe button again, hit the like button, make some comments, all that stuff. I've told you a bunch of times, my goal here is to start having guests, but I want to get it to the point where, I hate to say it, where it's monetizable. I don't want to, this is, it's hard. Small business and being a musician is hard, and anything I can do to create any extra income stream is super important. And I don't want to waste a guest episode on this if it could be something that becomes monetizable. So we're just a couple hundred hours away from watch time, and I've got the guest and I've got the subscriber amount, but I need as many subscribers as I can. But we're getting there. I'm not asking you guys to watch the episodes over and over again or anything like that. I just we're just a couple hundred hours away from you. The whole deal is you have to have 3,000 watchable hours or something like that, and you guys help. So we'll get there. And then my idea is when I start having a guest, we're going to have a lot of fun, and anyone that doesn't watch it's going to miss out. But go check out Vetted, or check out that guy Jesse's podcast about this guy that was on his deathbed talking about the Roswell stuff, because that's super, super interesting. As always, check out those eagles, man. They're so big. The two baby eagles are super big right now. And I appreciate you just tuning in for even 42 minutes and helping me on my journey and joining me. And we'll see.